Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's Zach, and so the story I wanted to share today, just an easy game, just one of my favorite tabletop stories that I like to tell other people, and that is from the tabletop game Monster of the Week. It's a really good rule set, and it's so easy to start up a game, while D&D takes a bit more planning. Anyways, for context, this session is set in Texas in the late 1890s. My girlfriend DMs the game, and we were all inspired by the setting of Red Dead Redemption 2. So just imagine Red Dead Redemption 2, but with monsters and magic. Uh, yeah. So the city we were in, Dartmouth, Texas, it winds along the coast, and that's gonna be an important detail later. Let's just get right into the characters. So the first character is my character, Jeffrey, who's the spell slinger class. He's originally from New York City. Bit of backstory on why he's in Texas, but that's for another video. And then there's Katarine, the half vampire, and she's so badass, and she carries the fight each round and wears Victorian dresses while ripping out people's throats. I'm sorry, I love her. Bunny, if you're listening to this, I love Katarine. We all love her. We love all the characters, actually, but Katarine's a badass. And then we got Julia, who's a Pinkerton and the brains of the group. In our session, we sort of rebranded the Pinkertons, and they are like supernatural police. And one of Julia's NPCs is with us too, and that's Fadan, and he's another Pinkerton. He is an Irishman, and Jeffrey's boyfriend, just FYI. We usually have another character played by the DM as a party member named Billy, and she's super sweet, and she's like a little southern farm girl, and she has a pet pig, and we love the pig. And a pig named Sweetums. It's adorable. But in this time of the story, Billy was canonically in the hospital after a bad fight we had, and she got shot in the lung. Don't worry, she survives. Billy is also Katarine's girlfriend. We're all gay. It's Texas and the Victorian age, and we're all gay. It's amazing. We love it. So, with the cast out of the way, we were tracking down an evil cult in the city after we tracked them down from clues after a series of brutal murders. We managed to capture one and question him, and we only knew their base was in the sewers and, quote, under the eyes of the law, as he said. So, we all went to the Pinkerton office and checked there because that was under the law. Side note, under the eyes of the law was just a metaphor, and we were all in the wrong place the whole time, and my girlfriend probably thinks we're a party of dumbasses. So we enter the sewers under the Pinkertons' office, and after some fights, and we're trugging through, like, these sewers for, like, I think, in the story about an hour, Julia turns to me and says, "Hey, Jeffrey, I have an idea. Freeze the water behind us." So I rolled to use magic, and I got an 8. Now, Monster of the Week rules, that means I technically passed, but my magic glitches in some sort of way, and you as a player can pick through a sort of vague glitches, and the DM chooses what happens. So I picked problematic side effect, and boy do I regret it. So, my girlfriend describes how I used a frost magic to do what Yulia says, but Jeffrey used it a little too well, forming giant ice spikes, and one of those spikes punctured the pipes. Remember how I said Dartmouth was on the coastline? Yeah, we were basically underwater at this point, and seawater starts to quickly flood in, and we have no time to really react or think of a plan, as the water is already almost at our knee lengths. Thankfully, we all rolled high enough to run out of there, and we exited through a sewer drain that was big enough for us to all crawl out of. However, that wasn't the last of it. And the next few sessions, the people at Dartmouth start talking about the great flood that's suddenly taken over the city. Pipes and toilets overflooded and made a nice little foot-tall puddle all over the city, mostly by the coast. And since he used ice magic, the ice melted by the time anyone from the city went to investigate the pipes to see what happened. And it was in the newspaper we passed, other NPCs brought it up, and we didn't say a damn thing. We just, anytime an NPC talked to us about the flood, we're just like, oh yeah, that flood that we had nothing to do with, that we totally were not in when it happened. And so now this session is still ongoing, and my girlfriend keeps referencing in our Discord chats that there's probably some poor city planner slowly losing his mind, lost his job due to poor planning on the pipes that suddenly burst. Just a huge paper trail pinned to the wall of his house with newspaper clippings and various other notes, strings to connect the dots in a sense that he can only understand, smoking a cigar and half-empty bottle of whiskey, just muttering, magic. It had to be magic to himself. But that's my hope, at least. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this short video. There is some... I do want to make more about it, because I love talking about our Monster of the Week characters. Maybe in the next video, I'll do something about Jeffrey's backstory. Because it actually relates somewhat to the plot, but since the session's ongoing, that hasn't concluded yet. But I am so excited to see what my girlfriend throws at us. Anyways, see you next time. Bye-bye.